This episode is primarily the aftermath of extreme curiosity as to what exactly is happening at Mount Kailash. So much so that my earlier episode on Mount Kailash was viewed by so many people, and so many of them have actually queried on exactly what is my take on Mount Kailash. So I thought I should be justifying their curiosity by presenting one more episode on Mount Kailash. Guys, in the last episode, I'm not treating Mount Kailash in unity. Last episode, I connected Mount Kailash with the pyramids, Egyptian pyramids. And we arrived at more or less a conclusion that Mount Kailash is another pyramid. Only difference being this is a pyramid which is still live and kicking, unlike the Egyptian pyramids which are not inhabited at this point of time. Today, I thought I'll connect the Mount Kailash to the Van Allen belts. The Van Allen belts, as some of you may be aware, are radiation belts in the outer atmosphere of planet Earth from 60,000 kilometers radius upwards. Now, this is a belt of very high level of radiation, which makes it impossible for anything living to cross into outer space, because living things cannot withstand the radiation in the Van Allen belts. You may be wondering, how then did man land on the moon? I am not commenting on this. I can tell you with surety that it is impossible for not only man, anything living to cross the Van Allen belt and reach outer space and then proceed towards the moon. No comments on whether man has landed on the moon or not. Okay? I wouldn't like to get into a controversy. See, anything which is forbidden or anything which human beings are not supposed to access or reach are actually barricaded with radiation belts. You would have seen and read in many media that the radiation levels at Mount Kailash are pretty high. So just like Van Allen belts, which prevent man's exit from the atmosphere of planet Earth, the radiation belts at Kailash prevents man's access to Mount Kailash. You may be wondering why it is not possible to approach the top of Mount Kailash using a helicopter, or why it's not possible to parachute jump to the very top of Mount Kailash from a jet plane high above Mount Kailash. Both these propositions would be absurd and totally impossible for two reasons. One, the air on top of Mount Kailash is rather thin, which would prevent the rotors of the helicopter from gaining enough thrust. So obviously, if you attempt this, the helicopters would crash. Then there is a question of radiation. Even if you manage to land the chopper, the radiation levels are so high that the pilot and passengers would be immediately killed. Parachute jumping is equally impossible because of the thinness of the air. When the air is very thin, the parachute umbrella doesn't pick up enough thrust to keep the man afloat. So the jumper would fall like a stone onto the ground. So that's again impossible. And if at all you manage to para-jump on top of Mount Kailash, the radiation levels would almost instantly kill the person. All this makes Mount Kailash inaccessible, totally inaccessible. So there's a connection between Van Allen belt in space and the Mount Kailash. Wherever man is not supposed to go or reach, the forces, you may call it God, or the forces that control the universe, have actually barricaded the same with the radiation, whether it's Van Allen belt or Mount Kailash. So if you imagine it's possible to reach Mount Kailash by any means or source, I can assure you it's just impossible. Thank you very much.